Hey chicos, today we're going to be talking about using estar with conditions. Now, we already know the verb estar. Here we have estar. Estar and ser are two of the building block verbs in Spanish. Extremely important. We already know both of them. We learned them a few chapters ago. Now, estar, as we also know, is used primarily with three things: emotions, location, and temporary states. Today, I really want to focus on the idea of temporary states, because conditions a lot of time can be considered temporary states. Now, for example, what we've learned so far, we can describe these pictures. Ellos están felices, or ellas están en la biblioteca. Now, with conditions, we have to think about them, as I said, as temporary states. For example, in English, we say that the store is closed, the windows are open, and the classroom is quiet. All of these can be considered, as I said before, temporary states that could change at any time. Now, in Spanish, or the fruit is ripe as well, in Spanish we use estar to express these ideas, not ser. For example, la tienda está abierta. The store is open. La pera está madura. The pear is ripe. Los libros están cerrados. The books are closed. Now, we have to be careful because we do need to take into consideration something called concordancia, which is agreement between the subject and the adjective. Always. Never an exception to this. For example, la pera está madura. Feminine, pera, madura, feminine. La tienda está abierta. Los libros están cerrados. Always be on the watch out for agreement when you're using these verbs. Generally in Spanish, we have agreement a lot more than we do in English. Or la chica está contenta. Now, common condition words are words such as abierto, alegre, cómodo, comfortable, confundido, limpio, clean, listo, ready, to be ready, sucio, dirty, or triste, sad. And there are lots more of these on page 164 of your Vistas textbook. Now, we do have to be careful here with ser and estar, because adjectives like guapo can be used with either, but because estar is temporary and ser is permanent, it changes the meaning of the adjective. For example, ella está guapa, she is pretty, versus ella es guapa. These do not mean the same thing. Think about it for a second. If estar is temporary and ser is permanent, what is the difference in meaning between these sentences? In the first one, she looks pretty today. Perhaps your friend has dressed up really well, and you're looking at her thinking, wow, she looks really good today. You would say, ella está guapa. While ella es guapa, she is pretty in general. Very important difference there. So be careful when you're between using ser and estar in these situations. There are actually a lot of common words that change meaning between ser and estar. For example, I'll go through a few of these. Aburrido with estar means to be bored, but with ser it means to be boring. Cansado means to be tired with estar, but to be tiring with ser. Verde, for example, means to be unripe when used with estar, but with used with ser, it means to be the color green. Por ejemplo, mis ojos son verdes. My eyes are green. That's a permanent characteristic. And if you look through this list in general and reason it with ser and estar, you'll see that things in the estar column are temporary states, where things in the ser column are actually permanent characteristics. So it does make sense. Now, it's also useful here to take a look at the past participle of verbs. This is a little bit beyond where we are. You won't actually learn this till Spanish 111, but we're actually kind of working with this already. Now, the present participle in English is the ed version of verbs. For example, we have to tire is a verb. To be tired is the present participle. Present participle. Sorry about that. To clean is a verb. The room is cleaned is a participle. Now in Spanish, we have the exact same thing. Abrir changes to abierto. Cansar, cansado. Abrir, aburrido. So abrir, to open. Abierto, to be open, or to have opened. Cansar, to tire. Cansado, to be tired. Aburrir, to bore. Aburrido, to be boring. Sorry, to be bored. Lo siento. Now, this is actually quite easy to do in Spanish. For AR verbs, you take off the infinitive, the ending, and add ado. And for ER and IR verbs, you add ido. It's actually quite easy. There are exceptions though, and some of these are really, really important. For example, you've probably seen hecho. For example, if you've ever bought a shirt made in Latin America, on the tag, the etiqueta will say hecho en México, por ejemplo, ¿no? Made in Mexico. Ver, visto, escribir, escrito, muy importante. Some of these you've probably already seen. You've just never put it together that this is a present participle because you've never needed to do that. Now, I want you guys to practice with these. I'm going to give you the first one as an example. La tarea está hecha. Now, I want you to practice with the rest of them. You guys may pause the verb, pause the video if you'd like. Okay, we're going to take a look at these. Las palabras están dichas. The words are said. Las ventanas están abiertas. The windows are open. Los plátanos están comidos. The bananas are eaten. Los libros están puestos. The books are placed or put. Los pájaros están vistos. The birds are seen. La chica está aburrida. The girl is bored. Mario está cansado. Mario is tired. Now with these last two in particular, pay attention because if it said La chica es aburrida, it would mean the girl is boring, not she is bored. In the last one, Mario es cansado would mean Mario is tiring instead of Mario is tired. Very important for those last two. Thanks for watching the video, guys. We'll see you in class.